You're listening to the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce and tech news, presented by Sumo Heavy. Here's your host, Bart Mraz.
This is the E-Commerce Minute for October 20th, 2017. Our 100th episode!
Hey, listeners, today's a very special episode of the E-Commerce Minute. That's right. It's our 100th episode. Where does the time go, Bart?
I'm crying.
I'm crying. It's
a
pretty special day.
I know.
And if you look on social media today, you'll see actual unretouched photos of us on our first episode and how we look today. It's pretty remarkable how we've grown up so fast. Don't you agree, Bart?
We aged a little bit there, sir.
A little bit. All right, so let's recap. The show, once we started it, was a bit of an experiment. We discovered the Anchor platform, which is these micro podcasts, these micro shows that you could do. And we kind of hacked it a little bit and recorded our own front and back end bumpers and then put our show in between. Then as we went along, we realized, hey, we could take that feed and turn it into actual podcasts. So if you go to iTunes or Google Play, you can find the actual shows as mini podcasts. So I know you're on your edge of the seats. I know that you're wondering, like, what's going to happen? We're not going anywhere. We're going to continue the show. We're going to continue bringing the top-notch, high-quality, artisanal, small-batch, handcrafted, locally sourced e-commerce news that you have grown accustomed to.
About 5 minutes at a time.
5 minutes at a time. All right. So the next question is, where do we go from here? Like I said, we'll continue to bring you the same type of timely e-commerce stories and related business news because we like to get a little tech in there too, because tech also relates to e-commerce.
Well, we tried to slow down on the Amazon and
yeah, well, that's a challenge because when you're scraping the news feeds, that's all you see is Amazon and Walmart. So it's challenging. So I guess that's a good segue into where we'd like to go with this. We'd like to do profiles on interesting e-commerce companies that we think deserve a little, a little love. A little love. We're not necessarily going to go for like giant brands, but maybe somebody who's doing something that's really interesting and really funky and they're kind of flying under the radar. We'd love to do, like a mini profile. So if you know anybody in that falls into that category, we'd love to hear from you. You can get in touch with us on social media. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to have a dedicated website for the show. Bart, what is the URL?
It's going to be ecommerceminute.co.
.co. All right, so there's nothing there now, so just, write that on a piece of paper and stick it on a Post-it note. And,
as soon as it's up, it's going to be announced. We'll publish it everywhere.
So the website's going to have daily show notes, our most beautiful cover art that you love, links and extra content that you won't get on the show. So if we mention something, we'll be able to just pop it in the show notes and you can look it up later.
But by the way, people really love that cover art.
Yeah, the cover art's, it's funky, it's beautiful, it's clean, it's aesthetically pleasing. Look at the cover art for today. You'll especially love that one. Then we're going to set up a mailing list. Once we get the setup and running, you'll be able to sign up for daily show updates because you wouldn't want to miss a show, would you? I mean, you wouldn't want to miss any of this.
No. Just crazy banter.
And we've been kicking around the idea of selling merch, but that might be a little further down the road because we just got so many other irons in the fire right now. But we're going to eventually do a Sumo Heavy merch store, and we'll figure it out. This show figures into it. And we got some other things in the fire. Do you want to talk about our other show we're thinking about here?
Yeah, we're gonna try to do a sort of a show of my business partner, talking about e-commerce fully and how to run it, what we do with clients, how we help them, those kind of things, and a very, very technical side of it too. And the other one is we do definitely have the register, so we're gonna bring that out of hiatus at some point. And sponsors. I think we're going to start doing that, John.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to sponsor this fine show, get in touch. Find us on social media at Sumo Heavy. And I think that's really about it for now. Here's to another 100 or 1,000 more episodes if we live that long. If we live that long. All right, you want to throw anything else in there?
Just cue the air horns.
Cue the air horns. Let me go find my air horns. Where am I? There we go. I got an air horn. Do I have an air horn? No.
Close enough.
Blew it. All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow.
That's it for today. If you like the show, make sure you add us as a favorite and share this with your friends. Please follow us on social media at Sumo Heavy. And finally, if you've got a question, comment, or suggestion for the show, call us on Anchor. Until next time, we'll see you on the next E-Commerce Minute.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.